Good afternoon. Phil Lindeman with your Krystal 93 News from Mountain Comfort Furnishings and Design. Not just one, but 5 new roundabouts could be coming to U.S. Highway 6 through Dillon. The most prominent would replace the traffic light there on Lake Dillon Drive, connecting downtown Dillon with Dillon Valley. The remaining 4 would be spread east on US 6 as far as Cemetery Road. Officials believe these roundabouts could make entering and exiting the highway easier. If approved, they would cost up to $70 million over 7 years. Dillon Police Chief Cale Osborne says his officers are overwhelmed by questionable deployment and staffing shortages at other neighboring departments. Dillon PD went on 448 backup calls last year. Chief Osborne says this is a, quote, significant issue. He hopes that number drops. The chief is not asking for more money to hire new officers this year. In a letter to town council, he implies it will happen next year. Summit County Sheriff does want more money for the SMART co-responder team. County staff does not recommend it. The team is almost fully funded by the Strong Futures Fund approved by voters. Says the county, adding more people to the SMART team would eat into other funds. Krystal 93 was on the phone with Governor Jared Polis this morning, and he was quoting Star Wars.
There is no try, there's only do or not do.
Polis was talking about his latest slate of bills. They are meant to create new housing through credits and incentives.
Right now we have a housing deficit, and you got to get your way out of that if you're ever going to make progress on making our communities affordable to live in.
Polis does not believe we can build out of Colorado's housing problem. But he does tell us these bills are a first step.
I mean, the building is only part of it. Yes, we need more homes. It's also about transit. It's also about, smart growth and making sure we do it the right way.
Down south in Park County, they're considering plans for a sprawling new fairgrounds complex in Fairplay. And it's bigger than 4-H. It comes with an indoor arena, outdoor amphitheater, horse barn, and childcare center. Local newspaper The Flume says the CSU Extension Office is leading that project. CSU students are designing it. Local brewers are making beer to save the planet. High Country Conservation Center is partnering with Highside, Dillon Dam, Broken Compass, and Outer Range. When you buy a special beer, $1 goes back to HC3. Those beers are on tap now. Summer concert season is so close we can taste it today. Portugal the Man is playing 3 I-70 dates in July. Red Rocks, Dillon Amphitheater, and Ford Amp in Vail. Goose is doing back-to-back nights at Fiddler's Green in June. Amos Lee and the Indigo Girls, they're coming to Dillon in September. Before then, later this month at Copper, is a free concert series with Elephant Revival, the Little Smokies, and more. They'll be in town for Subaru Winterfest starting February 23rd. Today, we are in the classroom at Snowy Peaks, Summit's alternative junior and high school.
My name is Garrett Rigner, and I teach project-based learning in the makerspace.
If you're not familiar with that, don't worry.
Right, not many people are.
It's not your average classroom.
I like to think of my classroom as like a garage. A lot of kids in Summit County don't have garages to go out and tinker with stuff and learn how to do stuff.
And it's not your average curriculum.
Kids come in and I ask them, what do you want to do? And it really blows their mind because they're used to teachers telling them what they have to do.
But the outcomes there are far above average. Graduation rate at Snowy Peaks is exceptional. And the projects in Mr. Regner's class, they're limitless.
I can go from woodworking to fixing on motors to rebuilding a bike to 3D printing to art. I mean, if you name it, we can do it in this classroom.
Thanks again for going in the classroom. Proudly presented by Heavenly Times Hot Tubs and Billiards and the Summit Foundation Bright Futures Fund. In sports, the Avalanche play the Devils tonight at 5:30. And in local sports, Summit High boys basketball is playing a tough Aspen team at home tonight. Girls basketball is on the road for Battle Mountain. Tigers hockey is traveling to Glenwood Springs. Phil Lindeman, Krystal 93 News.